day it is. Hey everybody, welcome to our Diesel Nation call. It is June 4th and we are on the eve of launching two very important new programs. And I've been getting the question a lot, why in the world would Beachbody launch two programs at once? And I think it's just a test. I don't really have a good answer for that one, I'll be honest. But I think it's a test of our CEO skills. I truly believe that they're doing it so that we know how to handle all the pressure coming our way as we head into the month of June with both Mes de Mas and LIIFT 4 on the very near horizon. I saw a lot of you on Instagram stories and on Instagram testing out LIIFT 4 for the first time today. I know we have some test groupers on our team, but my husband did 50-50 today and drenched in sweat. He absolutely loved it. So I know this program is going to be phenomenal. I put together a presentation. You can screenshot it if you want, just to kind of help you get a visual of the things that are happening that are important as a coach to understand, so that you can make best decisions for you. And that's one thing I really, really want to stress right now, because, you know, we're coming off the heels of a winter 80-day obsession launch, and that program is still doing phenomenally well, right? I still am mainly selling 80-day obsession challenge packs because the program is alive and people are still seeing it, and now it's on the Today Show, and Autumn was on the Today Show today. She's going to be walking two amazing women through this program. I mean, it's just there. Like, you can't ignore 80-day obsession. It is still such a force within our product line. So that's super important. Then we have To Be Mindset, which is, we just launched it. Like, we cannot just go, all right, let's table that and let's move on to the next thing, because To Be Mindset is a big deal. To me, a big game changer in our business. So you have to pay attention to Be Mindset. You need to learn To Be Mindset. You need to try To Be Mindset. You know, some people have started doing To Be Mindset and said, hey, you know, I think I like time nutrition. I'm one that I'm like morphing the two programs together. I don't even know if that's a great idea. But now in the summer months, when, you know, you tend to be a little bit more relaxed with your nutrition because you have vacations and events and beach time and boat time, I'm really digging To Be Mindset and just eating my veggies, getting lots of water in, and then enjoying my treats here and there. I have not gained weight, you guys. And if you guys know me, last year, 2017, it was at this time that I started slowly going bigger, 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 bigger. And then at Summit, I was 20 pounds overweight. It was because I didn't have anything to, well, I did have things to follow. I just wasn't following them. Now I'm following To Be Mindset. I'm staying at the same weight with minor fluctuations up and down. And so I love this program. And I'm going to be talking about this program even as we head into Mes de Mas and LIIFT 4. So I'm going to start my screen share. Give me 1 second, and we're gonna kick this baby off, and we're gonna play that. All right, you guys, so what do we do first? Everybody take a big, deep inhale and exhale. One more time, big, deep inhale and exhale, and chill the F out. This is not something to go crazy over. Yes, it might seem a little bit much right now. It's all done on purpose so that we have a lot of tools to head into the summer months to give everybody options, right? And then the fall, which is typically a pretty solid time of the year for our business, right? Winter, it starts to kind of slow down, but hey, we're probably gonna have another winter program coming out then. So let's take it all in, let's absorb all the information, and let's pick our path, right? So while this year has been both scary and exciting in terms of launches, because we've been hit with monstrous programs, right? Like I called it the other day the Super Bowl of our year of our business. In our 8 years, we've never had 4 monster programs launched at the same, and within the same year period. And so to me, it's a blessing, right? Because we have all these great, really exciting programs to help our customers and our coaches with, right? So I want you to understand that you are the CEO, and it's your job to pick the path that you want to follow, right? Key to me, as someone that has been doing this business now for almost 8 years, is to educate yourself and then pick your path. What does your tribe want? What do they need? What do you need? Usually, because what you need is what your tribe needs. So pick your path. You don't have to follow what everybody's doing. If you want to stick, I have a coach, Angie, that she's still really heavily into 80-day obsession. Perfect. And I'm encouraging her to go that route. You don't have to follow the crowd. You don't have to do everything. All you have to do is pick what you are most comfortable with, what you are really excited about, because we all know that with any launch, your excitement and your energy is what creates momentum. It's what creates that attraction for people to be excited about their health and fitness. So what are you really excited about, right? Then you're going to stay consistent, you're going to stay productive, and you're going to stay true to how you want to grow your business. This is really where you have to put that CEO hat on, take a step back, analyze your business and say, this is how I want to run it. This is how I'm going to use 2B Mindset. This is how I'm going to use LIIFT 4, or this is how I'm going to use Mes de Más, and stay true to that. So let's talk about Mes de Más. We are so excited. Why? Because our very own Becky Brose, my sister, is part of the cast of this program. Okay, so that's not the only reason we're excited, but really we're very excited because we're going to be working out with Becky on the big screen, and that to me is very exciting. So it is our first all Spanish program with our new super trainer, Idalis Velasquez. If you're in South Florida, super lucky because she's in our backyard. She lives in Coral Springs. She's phenomenal. You have to hear her story. And if you didn't already, we hosted a team call with her a few weeks ago, and you could just go to my YouTube channel and listen to it on the way to work so that you understand her passion for what she does and what she brings to Beachbody. She's a doll. She's pregnant right now. So you're going to see her at Summit with a big old belly, but she just kills it. I've never seen a pregnant woman jump so high in my life. She's awesome, awesome, awesome. There's 24 unique workouts. That's baller because it's not like there's 6 workouts that repeat over and over and over again. You have a 30-day program with 24 unique workouts. Think about that. No one's ever going to get bored of this. And you're working out 6 days a week. Our BOD preview, these are dates, guys, that you got to put in your calendar, is June 11th, right? So you got to, if Mes de Más is your path because you are bilingual and you have a big Hispanic community that's going to love this program, then you got to understand BOD preview on June 11th. Our challenge packs, completion packs, and accessories bundles will go on sale June 11th. Here in the US and Canada, and then on the 18th in the UK. Our exclusive coach test group will start on July 9th, and VIP early access is July 16th through September 30th. It is on October 1st that Mes de Más is going to be loaded for everybody on Beachbody On Demand. So you guys understand that both Mes de Más and LIIFT 4 are on a early access VIP schedule, meaning that if you want to access this program in July, you have to purchase it between June 11th or 18th if you're in the UK and July 9th in order to have early access. If you don't do that, let me repeat this really loud and in bold, if you don't buy it in the early access period, both Mes de Más and LIIFT 4, you have to wait until October. That would be a tragedy to your business if you didn't buy them in the VIP early access period. So get the programs when they come out so that ensures not only are you educating yourself, but you have the ability to do these programs during the early access period and with the coach test group so you can maximize results and you can maximize results in your business. We saw this with 80-day obsession. All of you that crushed that program got amazing results in the business because you did it. You got results and you shared the journey. All right, here's some more information. There's Becky. I love that picture. As a great benefit to VIP early access, with your purchase of any Mes de Mas offer starting on June 11th, you'll get immediate access to 3 workouts. This is important, you guys. This is where that CEO mindset kicks in. Write that down. 3 workouts on June 11th that you get access to. You get the quick start guide, the calendar, the tracker, and the eating plan up on Beachbody On Demand. But that 3 workouts is key, and I'm going to explain that in a second why. You're going to have packages for all. I have not seen yet some really pretty images that have these packages. This is just grabbed from the FAQs, but you'll see all the different offerings of Mes de Mas. It's going to track really what all the other programs have done, 80-Day Obsession, 2B Mindset, and LIIFT 4, where you have all those different options, right? Whether you're a coach, you're a BOD customer, or a brand new customer, you're gonna have all those options for you. And of course, coaches, very important that you note the challenge packs and the completion packs of Mes de Mas carry with it 2 Success Club points. And there, obviously, you see in what bonus points means, that's how much you earn in commission, right? We use bonus points now as that term because of the UK and Canada having different monetary valuations for the dollar. All right, let's go to LIIFT 4. We're all very excited about this. And on Wednesday, we're going to have Joel Freeman on our Diesel Nation team call, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So here's where I need everybody to really plan your Wednesday, get dinner done early so that you guys can be on this call with us and Joel. We should have, no lie, 200, 300 Diesel Nation coaches on this call to get pumped up for LIIFT 4. Obviously, you guys know he's our super trainer, and this program is 4 days a week, so you get to rest. 4 days a week, 30 to 40 minutes a day, 8 weeks total. And I've been seeing the test group people pop their transformations up now, of course, because now the program is starting to get close to launch time, and I'm truly blown away by results. I see women like really gaining muscle and really trimming down. So fabulous. Amy Coppola is in the test group right now, absolutely loving and crushing this program. She is so strong, you guys. So be very, very excited over this program. The BOD preview went up today, and it's going to stay up indefinitely. So don't freak out if you didn't get to do it today. I didn't get to do it because I took my Energize thinking that it was already up, and it wasn't up. So now I'll have to wait until tomorrow morning, but I'm super pumped because I did see Danny do it, and he was really sweating. For challenge packs, completion packs, and accessories bundles, those are going to go on sale to everybody on June 11th. And again, the exclusive coach test group will start on July 9th. So you have the dual test groups going on, right? Idalis is going to be hosting hers, and Joel's going to be hosting his. I'm going to get in both of them so that I can learn from both of them. My personal schedule and Becky's personal schedule does not allow us to start LIIFT 4 in July because we're traveling to Italy. So we'll be doing Mes de Mas in Italy. So you're going to be seeing some pretty cool videos from Rome doing Mes de Mas. We have the same setup here. VIP Early Access is July 16th through September 30th, and available to all BOD members on October 31st. Okay, here's another thing where you gotta write this down because this is really important for our business and in the month of June. When you order early and get VIP access on June 11th, you get the digital materials, right? The calendar, weight progression, program and nutrition guide, which by the way, I think a lot of people are gonna love the nutrition plan for LIIFT 4. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it for Joel to explain on Wednesday. But you get 4 bonus workouts called Before LIIFT 4. This is critical for launch periods, and I'm gonna explain why in just a second. Those of you that have done this before, you probably know exactly where I'm going with this. But these previews to these programs are going to be critical for you to have success in June to launch this program that starts in July. Remember, we're kind of like on a delay here. We have to buy it in June. We don't really get to start it in July, but we do have these preview workouts. For LIIFT 4, you have these amazing packages for both current coaches and BOD customers, for current BOD customers only, and then the new coach and new customer options. You guys, I cannot stress this enough that these are easy pitches for sponsorship, right? You guys, these coach exclusive test groups are available to all new coaches, whether discount or business building coaches. So this is, when you're talking to someone about Mes de Mas or Lift 4, it should be so easy for you to say, hey, you should really consider coaching too, because you get to have access to the test groups. And now the test groups are more controlled. They, only admin posting. So it's a lot more educational, a lot more targeted to get results. And it's a lot of fun and informational for all people. All right, how do we do this, right? What's the marketing plan for a dual launch? Number one, you want to make your commitment and pick your path, like I said early on in the call. Number two, participate in both coach test groups to learn from the trainers themselves, if this makes sense for your business, right? If you have 0 bilingual customers or prospects, if you don't speak Spanish and have no care in the world to try to help people with Mes de Mas, then perhaps that's not the path that you want to take. But for me, I do have a bilingual community. I do have customers, and even coaches are going to lead with Mes de Mas. So I'm going to follow them, and I'm going to help them in that respect too. And then I'm also going to do Lift 4, and I'm going to be ready to have both programs when they launch in July, because it's important for my business that I am educated and that I have both in my tool belt. Number 3, plan your pre-start strategy. This is what I really wanted to focus on for those of you that are going to be using this program to build your business. You want to leverage before Lift 4 to get commitments to Lift 4. And think about a little obsessed. What did we do for 3 months, practically, as we were getting ready for 80-Day Obsession to launch on December 15th, I think it was? What did we do? We used a little obsessed, right? When a little obsessed came out, everybody got their customers and really excited for the program by doing a little obsessed. And you guys all sold challenge packs, getting ready for that, right? Remember, we were buying the bands and sliders off Amazon. Do you guys remember that? But it worked, right? Because of the excitement. So now we have official before Lift 4 workouts that you can use in the month of June to get people committed. You also have for Mes de Mas the 3 pre-launch workouts. Remember, those are the ones I said, highlight, underline, scratch it out, because this is important stuff. These are the carrots that you talk about on social media to get people to commit now and not wait until July, right? They want to get on July 11th their Lift 4 challenge pack or their Mes de Mas challenge packs, and you want to help them get ready for these programs using these workouts, the preview workouts. All right, something I'm doing and I wanted to share with you is I'm combining To Be Mindset with Before Lift 4, and I'm calling my group Be Fit Before the 4th, right? To be, and then the fitness component is going to be Before Lift 4. I know this is so confusing. It's like, say that 3 times fast. But I'm calling my June group Be Fit Before the 4th. I'm going to also have a Mes de Mas group as well. And so that's an idea that I came up with. I'm going to see if it works, because I'm still very much talking about To Be Mindset because I really like it. Number 4 is consider hosting a sneak peek with your team or other coaches. I see coaches like Nikki Whiting doing things like that, where they're having a team-wide sneak peek for Lift 4, or some of the Hispanic top coaches doing Mes de Mas sneak peeks to get that energy and excitement pumped in through the organization. And then number 5, have a plan, stick to it, and then execute. All right, guys, like I said, when we launched To Be Mindset, let's rock this launch and help tons of people. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Once you believe in it, the business results will follow, right? That's what I said. Pick your path. Make a plan and execute. Commit to hitting Success Club by Summit. You don't want to be at Summit freaking out, right? You want to hit Success Club before you jump on that plane. Stay organized with your prospects by using Woofu, Google Docs to keep track. And of course, you're the CEO. Think outside the box. Don't just follow the crowd. How do your prospects think? What are the things that trigger motion and emotion in them? And talk that way. All right, June focus for our team. Let's continue helping others with To Be Mindset or 80-Day Obsession or anything else really prior to the pre-launch of LIIFT 4 and Mes de Mas. The To Be Mindset app is now available. If you did not know that, you can download it. Number 2, let's get ready for Summit and get ready to have a blast and learn a lot at Summit. We do have a Diesel Nation Summit prep call on Monday, June 11th. So make sure if you're going to Summit that you jump on that. And luncheon tickets are still available. You do not want to miss the luncheon if you're going to Summit. It's always like the highlight of the whole week for me and for almost everybody on our team. We have about 300 tickets sold already. So imagine, for the first time, for an only time this year, we're going to have like a ton of coaches under one roof, celebrating, talking, taking pictures, and that's always where you get to make those connections and have those moments of personal contact that are just really profound. And so I will hope to see everybody there. Number 3, if you haven't already, under Breaking Coach News, you can see the apparel that's going to be launching at Summit and all the shoes that are launching at Summit, and they're amazing. The To Be Mindset shirts and the Mes de Mas shirts and the LIIFT 4 shirts are awesome. Let's Earn Success Club, of course, and if you earn Success Club in June, you earn a PD webcast with the author of Girl Wash Your Face, Rachel Hollis. That book is like out of control right now and doing very well. Everybody's loving it. So you want to get that webcast. And then now's the time, you guys, to really sit back. You know, we're about to go to Summit. That's the midpoint of the year. You know, last year Becky did the Summit to Summit national wake-up call. And she really talked about, you know, not only heading to Summit with a clear mind and open heart and you know, really gunning it post-Summit, but, you know, where are you right now, and what do you need to do to hit those end of the year goals? Like, are you being intentional with your business, or are you being passive, right? I'm really focusing on getting all my leaders and my coaches into intentionality right now, because now's when it matters, right? Now is when that focus to rank advance matters. Now's when, you know, this is the time with these launches that you make progress on your income, right? There's going to be times that tapers off, and then when a launch comes, that's when it shoots up, and that's what we want to do. We want to keep that momentum of your income going up. So you got to stay in the game. You got to be present all the time. You have to educate yourself, because while perhaps you're a new coach and all these launches might be a little bit confusing to you, trust me, when you become a leader, when you have a couple years under your belt, launches change your business. They literally change your business. So I want you to start doing this, right? Start getting into the groove of learning how to launch a program. There's going to be a lot more coming. I mean, I sat in a CAB meeting about a year ago, and we asked Carl, like, do you think you can slow down a little bit with all the launches? And he said, no, I'm not slowing down. So we've got to keep up. But like I said, you just have to pick your path. All right, you guys, enough of me talking. I'm going to turn it over to a few beautiful women who joined me in San Antonio, Texas, a few weeks ago for EntreLeadership 2018. It was a trip of a lifetime. Not only did we get to bond, but we got to learn a lot. If there's time at the end, I'll share one of my takeaways, but I'd rather turn it over to them, because they really came out of EntreLeadership changed, and I want them to highlight for us the importance of personal development and how live events really changed the game, but then take something that they learned from EntreLeadership and how they're going to apply it to the business, right? Because you can read a book and you can go to an event and then come back or finish the book and feel really good about yourself. Like, yeah, I finished that book, but then not take action. In the action is where the growth comes, right? The learning and the failing forward comes from. So first up, I'm going to turn it over to Veronica. I'm going to stop share so we can see her face. Hold on. Veronica, are you with me?
I am.
All righty. Well, take it over. Let us know what you felt about EntreLeadership and then your takeaway.
All right. So thank you, Christina. Christina had asked us to pick a topic and to share like our biggest takeaway. And to be honest, like I couldn't pick just one, because literally one day at that summit, I could have been good for the rest of the year. The amount of information that came from just one day, and this was a 3-day event, it was so impactful. I was just at awe. And I was so excited that I was actually there because Dave Ramsey is like my idol. I love that man. But there was something that I wanted to point out, something that after this entire event, I literally just sat back, just reflecting on everything that I had learned, everything that we absorbed. Just, I looked around the room and just, it hit me. Something just hit me. And so I wanted to share this with you guys, something that I noticed. So for you guys that don't know, Summit is put together, this Entre Leadership is put together by Dave Ramsey. And those of you that don't know who he is the money guru. This man's story is amazing. He teaches FPU, which I took his class, and I successfully got out of debt because of his class. But he basically was a millionaire in real estate, and then it crashed and burned, and he was basically poor, and then he became a millionaire again. So this man is just incredible. So what he does is he puts together this summit, right? And he gets leaders, and he handpicks these leaders, people that have accomplished amazing things in their organizations or in their fields, and he brings them to this room, right? And so we're listening to these amazing speakers, amazing, incredible people that have done and accomplished incredible things that we can only dream about, right? Things that we dream about, they have accomplished. So we're sitting here and we're learning from all these kinds of people. And I couldn't help but notice the topics that they brought up to the stage. I'm going to give you guys a couple of them. Getting your team to think, act, and care like you do. Growing on purpose. How the power of story can grow your business. Building a championship team. All of these topics that they talked about, I couldn't help but realize, guys, this is exactly what we talk about. This is what these calls are about. The Girl Wash Your Face book, if you listen to it, all of those types of books and all of this PD that we're constantly telling you guys, be into the PD, tap into PD. Are you, doing what are you listening to right now? These calls that we're doing right now, I don't think that a lot of people realize, but it's conditioning our mind. And all those leaders had that in common. They purposefully were conditioning their mind every single day, and they did not let that go. So I was just sitting back and I was just listening to them and listening to what they had to say. And one thing I also noticed is that they all struggled. They were not immune to the struggle. I think that sometimes we look at people that succeed. I know I'm guilty of that. For the longest time, I did that. I looked at my sister's success and I looked at other people's success, and I was making the assumption, or I assumed, oh, well, they had it easier than me. Or their journey things happened easier for them. Their journey is not as hard as mine. I was purposefully trying to convince myself that was the reason why I wasn't successful and they were. And it was that mindset that was stopping me from succeeding. So I realized that all of those people on stage, I mean, brilliant people, they all had struggles in their business. They all struggled. They had doubts. They talked about it. They talked about the times where nobody was listening to them. See, they had this big dream. They saw it, but nobody around them saw it, right? Don't you guys sometimes feel that way? Like, I sometimes feel like, guys, you don't understand. Like, I have this big vision, but all the people around me are like, you're nuts. So they were on that same boat. But the difference is that they kept going. They did not give up before their big breakthrough. And they're all deservingly up there on that stage, and they were telling their story. So I just sat back and I was just like, that to me was more powerful, because their secret was just don't give up and constantly be conditioning your mind. It's not something that you're born with. It's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that, okay, you tap into PD for a month, you're good for the rest of the year. No, it's something that you have to constantly be doing if you want to grow in this business. So that, I feel, is my biggest takeaway is to not stop investing in yourself. Okay, so
Amen. And that's like why I love EntreLeadership. I love going to PD events because we all say we're going to read the books. We all say, you know what? And I'm not saying a lot of people do, but I'm guilty. I am guilty of reading a couple paragraphs and being like, oh, I'm good, you know, and that's not enough for me. So I do invest, right? And I've invested in smaller events. I've gone to free events, and you can find these all over, even some events that take place at churches for free. Get to them because live events change the game. Obviously, this is like a bigger, more comprehensive event, but it is those that truly invest. And Jim Rohn says it is your personal investment in your personal development is the best investment that you can make. And this
Yes, and Christina, another thing is that when we're in these events, because I have been on many calls and I have gone to many events, and sometimes I leave there and I'm like, okay, I feel good, but then I don't apply it. And I think that if we're constantly going and going and going, eventually with time, and obviously people, all people are different from others, you know, but eventually it'll sink in and we'll start applying it, and it'll start, we'll grow, we'll eventually grow, as long as you don't stop investing in yourself, you know, because I don't want you guys to come to these calls and like leave at the calls and be like, well, I'm a little inspired, but I'm kind of inspired, like I don't know what I feel right now. That's okay. That's where you are right now in your journey, in your investment journey to yourself. That's okay, because there were times that I'm like, well, this person was like blown away by the call, but I wasn't really blown away, so does that mean that I'm not a good coach? And I think that that's where sometimes you have to understand, just keep showing up. If you keep showing up, eventually in your time, something will hit you that way. And then that's going to be the fuel you needed to take that next step forward in your business. So, yeah.
I cannot agree with you more. That's a really, really great point. Like super great point. So I want to mention something because you brought up obviously Dave Ramsey. You're a huge fan of Dave Ramsey. And I do too. I love him. And he always gets me at EntreLeadership. He did it last year. He did it this year, where last year he actually named Beachbody. Like we had a conversation with him at the opening reception, and I was talking to him about Beachbody and all that Beachbody was doing, and then he used Beachbody as an example in his opening session, which he always kicks off every single day, like in a really big way. And it was mind-blowing to me because we're literally sitting in a room, and just to paint the picture for all you guys, we're sitting in a room with like basically corporate America, right? It's Chick-fil-A and Southwest Airlines and Keller Williams and all these corporate America companies, right, that are obviously doing things right because they're all successful. They're investing in their people to go to EntreLeadership. It's obviously paying off. These are like the best companies in the United States. But then you have Beachbody sitting there, right? You have us, and you have Melly Mitchell and her team, and you have Liz Harty, and you have Megan Eggleston, and you have all these leaders who are in this really non-traditional business, right? You guys, we obviously do things differently than corporate America. We use social media differently. We look different. We act different. We think different. And yet every time I've been to his event, he says something that makes me believe even more that what we do is so special. And this time, while he didn't mention Beachbody specifically, in his second talk, which really impacted me, and the title of the talk was How to Be a Market Disruptor. I was really interested in that talk, and he talked about overconfidence and not being perfect, just ship it. I know Monica loved that concept because she was writing her national wake-up call during EntreLeadership, and I was like, just ship it, right? You don't have to go for perfection. Perfection creates paralysis. Just ship it, right? When we're launching a product, just get it out the door, get that post out the door, and just energy. And that's how you become a disruptor. But anyway, at the end of his talk, he talked about the 3 C's, and he did it last year. He did it this year again. And when he talks about the 3 C's, all I can think about is Beachbody. Beachbody. It's content, community, and coach. And when you have those 3 elements together, content, community, and a coach, that's where you get the highest probability of personal success. Think about that. Content, yeah, I'm looking at my graph right now too. Content, community, and coach. When you have those 3 things, you have the highest probability of personal success. Think about our team, right? Our content is our stories, right? Our collective stories, our mission statement, Diesel Nation's vision for the future, how we position our products, how we talk about our personal and financial transformations, all of that. That's the content that we produce, and we're so good at putting out amazing content. Then we have this incredible community, this community that supports each other, cheers each other on, celebrates success, picks up each other when there's failure, and just keeps moving. We're rays of positivity. And then we are coaches, right? And we are the ones that lead the way for other people to emulate our behavior in health and fitness and personal growth, in the way we think differently, and all of that stuff. And that's why this opportunity, this one, Team Beachbody, our business, our products, our team, our organization, Diesel Nation, has a high probability of personal success because we embody the 3 C's. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because that always like solidifies my resolve for being a coach and wanting to do this and wanting to inspire you guys to push and keep pushing and get to the breakthrough, right? There's always going to be a time in every coach's life that one of 2 things are going to happen. They're either going to give up before they have the breakthrough, or they're going to have the breakthrough, and then it's just a passion project that you're doing. You know how to hit Success Hub. You know how to sponsor coaches. You know how to produce results. You know how to grow your income. And that's where I want everybody to get to the breakthrough. And that could take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Who cares? You're getting in shape. You're drinking an amazing shake. You're earning extra income. You're personally growing. You're being different than all those negative Nellies out there that are all crazy. Like, you guys are the difference makers. So just stay at it. Katrina, are you on? Is Katrina on? Yay, there she is. All right. I'm going to be quiet and I'm going to turn it over to you.
I'll be super quick. Takeaways, you guys. I cannot start to tell you how important entrepreneurship is for me. I run 2 separate personally businesses, and the nuggets from all those people who are experts in their field are just priceless. Every penny. And
Katrina, can I stop you 1 second? You have really bad reception.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're showing in red. Is there any way of maybe trying to find a better spot, and in the meantime I'll go to Sue? All right, Sue. Yeah.
What if I come in from here?
Let's see.
Is that any better?
Let me see. Talk. No.
Oh.
All right, let's do this. Try to find a better spot. I'm going to go to Sue. Sue, take over. And Katrina, you go find a better spot for us.
We will come right back to you, Katrina. We will come right back. I promise you. I know what you have to share is so valuable. I sat next to Katrina the whole time. And what an honor to be there with the leaders of Diesel Nation and the leaders of their own teams. Guys, the topic I chose to share with you today is the art of making a difference. Leadership versus management. Now, to me, I didn't really know there was a difference. Like, you know there's a difference. They're obviously 2 separate words, right? Like, you're a manager at Chick-fil-A or you're a leader at Chick-fil-A. But what is really the difference? Well, this is what kind of took me back. Because over the past year, I kind of accidentally just fell into a leadership role. I never wanted to be a coach. I just wanted to lose like 50 pounds. Like, that's it. So as my team has grown tremendously and I have leaders coming up, I have to figure out my role. So here's the deal. Management, your employees have to be obedient. They have to be compliant. They have to be reliable. You know, you manage them. Whereas leadership is voluntary. Leaders show up voluntarily. They choose when someone says, would you like to do this with me? Your leaders say yes. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to be right there with you. We're going to try it together. That's leadership. And to me, I've really seen leaders step up on my team, so now I have to up my game. And how do I do that? Here's the deal. I have to leap. And we all know that's scary. We all know how uncomfortable leaping into something that we've never done before, and we have no idea if we're going to be good at it or if we're going to fail. I fail so often, it's ridiculous. But I fail forward. And I teach people about my failures, and I let them have their own failures. Managers really want you to do it their way. Leaders want you to grow in your own way. And let me just tell you, I think the one thing that Seth Godin really, it hit home when I saw this huge visual display of a tree. And then the next slide was the roots of the tree. And I look at these roots and I kept thinking to myself, I have that. I have Christina, I have Becky, I have Monica Lopez. I have all of these amazing leaders leading the way. They have given us these roots that have tied us together with their integrity and their show up no matter what, and admit when you fail and admit when you succeed and celebrate every single victory approach. They have that. I want that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to now share that integrity with my team. I'm going to build my own team roots. I'm going to really make sure that I think this is what really hit home. And I've heard many people say it along with some of the leaders on this call. I have to stand out, but I also have to have roots. I have to know where I came from, and I then have to be able to relate to other people's wants, their needs, their desire. I have to seek to serve their needs, not my own. And that for me is a huge shift in mindset. You know, Seth said leadership is the art of giving people a platform for spreading ideas that work. I don't know if my ideas are going to work, but the fact that some of my leaders are taking my hand and leaping with me is phenomenal. One of the leaders is on my team, Adrienne, and she said to me, Sue, are you going to do the classic again this year? And I was like, no, I don't know. And she's like, well, I want to do it if you're going to do it. Let's lead the way. Come on, let's do it. It's scary. It's scary to be alone doing something. So leaders build connections. And that's what I was missing for so long in my life. I was missing those connections. I was missing going out on a limb and taking a risk. I was missing, I'll tell you what I was missing in my life. I was missing the opportunities because I was afraid of the scarcity. I was afraid that there was not going to be enough people to help. And it's not about the more people that I'm helping. It's about the quality of help and the service that I'm giving them, their dreams, their desires. I have to tell my people, I see you. I feel you. I hear you. You are valuable. You keep showing up for you. I'm going to keep showing up for you. And I'm going to treat people differently. I'm going to absolutely make strangers into friends, make customers into a family. I'm going to search for the smallest viable market, because those are the people that are going to not only go hand in hand with me, but they're going to be there for a lifetime with me. So this mindset of being remarkable in who you are, in your struggle, in your journey, and showing up. And I think for me, it's really about the collaboration and the connection, because I can bring 100 people in a month, but I'm telling you, 100 of those people are not going to work for it. But if I connect with the one person that I connect with, the one person that sees it through to the very end, that's what I'm looking for. That's who I want to be, and that's how I'm going to lead, not manage my team. Thanks, guys.
I think Christina said it best. You just took us to church, girlfriend. Yes. Yeah, watching you at Entre Leadership was one of the highlights, because you were just soaking it all in. And that's what I love. Like, there was no missed moment with you. It was just full on inundation in this personal growth seminar. It was so good. I want to, before I turn it over to Katrina, who I see is now sitting outside in beautiful California, we got the opportunity to hear Donald Miller speak. Write that name down, Donald Miller. He wrote a book about storytelling, and he has a company called Story Brand. And in fact, this Donald Miller was one of the highlights for me, because last year at Summit, when Liz and I, my success partner, wrote our presentation, we actually used a lot of Donald Miller's principles in how to teach attraction marketing. I'm a big believer in attraction marketing. I feel that if we can improve the way we storytell, if we can improve the way we share on social media, and speaking to the why instead of the what, and speaking to the purpose and the mission instead of the shake, that this business becomes really fun, because everybody just comes to you, right? Like, that's what I want on a daily basis, that I use all my energy into framing amazing content on social media so that people are inspired and take action because of what I am sharing with them, instead of having to force someone to join a challenge group because I have to do my 3 invites. So I'm really big on helping everyone get better at attraction, because I think that's where you gain your power in the business, and so that you attract also your tribe, right? Because the way you write and post is who you are going to attract into your business. And it's funny, Sue told me, she's like, if I wasn't a coach last year and I was watching your social media last year, I wouldn't have joined your team. And it just struck me, right? Like, last year I was a disaster when it came to like my personal brand, and I was doing this whole fit-ish thing, and she's like, yeah, I wouldn't have joined your team. And look, I would have missed out on Sue Van Kessel joining my team if I would have stuck to that way of doing things. But I'm so glad you're part of Diesel Nation, and you're so kicking butt. But I'm going to just read one sentence that Donald Miller said during his presentation that kind of summarizes how I feel about social media and branding and posting. And he said this. This is important, you guys. People only buy things after reading words that make them want to buy things. How simple is that? People only buy things after reading words that make them want to buy things. That's where you get into the emotional component of the post, right? People don't care about the what, they care about why you're doing this, and moving them into a state of action through emotion. Right? Action through emotion. When you're just talking about the ingredients or just talking about the workout, that doesn't motivate people to get into their emotional brain to take action. So you have to get into the why area, where they are moved to reach out, where they're moved to say, you're talking about me. I know you are, right? That's the goal, that when you're posting that you're actually speaking to them directly. Okay, so I wanted to read that because I loved it. It was so simple yet so pointed to what we do as coaches. All right, Katrina, I think we're ready for you.
Okay, we'll give this another try. Sitting outside. Okay, so I wanted to, Juliette Funt was one of my favorites. She talked so much about, lots of different points, and she spoke so fast that she was hard to follow, but she's the CEO of White Space in the Workplace. And when I got back and researched what she does and exactly how it works, it's like mind-boggling to think that for so long we haven't implemented this in what we do. So what it is it's how to avoid the overload, which I think working from home, we all can relate. We've got everything from kids, you've got, the dishes, the laundry, everything that can distract you, and it's all distraction, social media, everything, to where you ever driving and the radio's off, no kids in the car, and you have such good thought when it's just silence, and you can that really good thinking. She talks about the importance of having the white space in your life and making the time and having the capacity to think in quiet. Life is so busy today, we don't do that. So in order to do this, you have to have a reductive mindset, which mind-boggling. It was like that aha moment, right? So you have to tell yourself, like, what can I surrender or delegate? What can I let go of? What is unnecessary to my business and what I'm doing? And what can I strip away? So when you do that and you let go of those things, you create the capacity for execution and real thought, like the good thought, deep ones I was talking about, because we have, like, just think about the 40 million advertisements you get in a day, whether it be on the radio, social media, TV. Like, your mind's always going, and it's going to grab all that trash or build up, and you're not ever going to have the focus time on your deep thought and those aha moments unless you create the white space with the reductive mindset in order to do. So she talks about what to ask yourself in order to get into that reductive mindset. And it's, is there anything I can let go of? And that's a huge one for me because I'm totally OCD. And she even made a funny comment about that, because most of us are, especially if we're self-employed. And letting go is a very difficult thing. Like, are you going to delegate? You have to figure out where you're needed most and what's the most important task for you to be doing. And another huge one is kind of like Christina hit on, which was kind of the theme of ship it, because is good enough good enough? And we're all perfectionists in our realm, right? Like, we want to perfect the post. We want to make sure everything is just perfect. If it's not, I'm not ready to post it because people will judge or whatever. But at the end of the day, perfect isn't possible because everything is constantly evolving. So if you never, it's just an excuse. Perfection is an excuse to never pull the trigger. So if you draw a line in the sand for yourself of when good is good enough, it doesn't mean you have to lessen the value. Just what is the good enough standard? You will help yourself amazingly, because once again, perfection is not possible. You'll drive yourself crazy, which I'm that person that was going to find perfection in whatever I do because that's what I was taught, that it had to be perfect. So the other thing she talks about is like, what do I truly need to know? Like, you need to weed out everything that you don't need to know, all the little tidbits of what's going on, between people in your team, all those little things that are unnecessary. You want to know the big, juicy, moving facts, and let the rest go. They'll themselves out. And the most important one for me, what deserves my attention? Okay, because at the end of the day, my attention is needed everywhere. 5 million pieces. What deserves it? What is my best rate of return of investment? Where I put my time, where is that mostly deserved? In the business, also in the family, those kind of things. And she really, really talked about that. And that was a hard one for me because I'm always like, oh, I have 9 million clients nagging at me, or emails nagging me, right? But what of those really deserves my attention? And just at the end of the day, our lives have become so busy. It's really time to set boundaries. Teams, with your clients, and with your business. Because we all know, at least I know, that I could work 24 hours, 7 days a week, not even sleep or eat. There'd be plenty of work on my desk to do. But at the end of the day, you're going to miss the ride of your personal life because you're so engulfed in your business life. So you have to pull it back to what deserves your in. And her analogy to this was a horrible story. It made me cry, right? Because as a parent, so this mom is working in the house and the dad comes in and says, and the little girl, let's go out for a picnic. And she says, oh, why don't you guys go for the picnic? I'll catch up with you guys later. And I've got so much work to do, right? How many times have we all said this? So the dad and daughter go out on this amazing picnic. They enjoy the sunset, all those good things. And they're in a car accident on the way home. Of course, by this time of her story, I'm in tears. I can't even, there's probably a little more detail to it. But she said, I should have went on that picnic. Ever pull yourself outside of what deserves your attention, because your business is always going to need your attention. But what deserves your attention? You have to create that white space and the reduction mindset in to truly figure out what deserves the attention. So, like the biggest analogy of tomorrow's not promised. So yes, work hard, but set the boundaries. If you haven't already, set business hours. When you're going to return emails, not 1:00 in the morning, because once you do it, people assume that they can contact you at 1:00 in the morning. So yeah, guys, it was just really, really uplifting. There was so many things to take away, but most of all, the creating a white space for those aha moment thoughts was the way, and to set boundaries within the business. And it will work smarter and harder for you if you delegate in what deserves your attention.
Amen, sister. Like, I loved Juliet Funt too, because I feel that while I didn't even know that concept of creating white space, I kind of did it by accident within the last like 7-8 months in my business. And I do attribute it to like taking stuff off my plate that I literally couldn't before, but I'm doing now. And I feel more creative. I feel more aligned with my family. My business is better than ever because I'm not wasting time on, I would waste so much time on other people's problems. And then what was I doing? I wasn't being intentional with my business. I wasn't spending the time I needed with my family. I was looking here, I was looking there. And so let me be a testament that white space, and now we have a term for it, where you're in your creative element, where you're alone, where you're thinking and you're being intentional with the things that matter and not the things that don't matter, like scrolling and comparing yourself and looking at that person's IG stories all day long. Like, drop it, because you should be focusing on your IG stories. So yeah, that was really good. So her name is Juliet Funt, and it's White Space at Work, I think, something like that. She was so good, so funny. Like, it was one of those speakers that was just cracking jokes, she was so engaging. It was fantastic. All right, guys, it's getting late. We've been on for an hour. I want to end this call. Thank you to Veronica, Sue, and Katrina for sharing your takeaways from EntreLeadership. I'll just drop this right here. EntreLeadership 2019 is in sunny San Diego, baby, and I will be there, and a few of us are already booked for EntreLeadership 2019. The more the merrier. If you want contact information to get your ticket, just let me know, and we'll put you in contact with the right guy. We do get a little break on ticket prices, and it's just invaluable. I really like, you can do anything. You can go to Tony Robbins, you can do Dave Ramsey, you can do anything. But I really do believe that if you're serious about this business and you're serious about personal growth, invest in your personal development by doing live events. My first one was, oh my God, just kind of huge brain fart right now. Danny Johnson. Wow. Okay. My first one was Danny Johnson. And that was the one event that confirmed for me that personal development live is critical for growth. And Summit is one of those events because you do get the speakers and you get the keynotes and all of that. But, save some money and have a budget in your year for live personal development, and go to a Tony Robbins, go to EntreLeadership. They do an EntreLeadership one day in Nashville. Like, you could do smaller events like that. Look at your churches, the churches in your community. John Maxwell makes appearances like all the time at different church events. Christine Kane, if you're into, the religious aspect of personal development, she was phenomenal when I went to see her. Do these things because they really do matter. They invigorate you into a higher level of thinking where it's not about the challenge pack anymore. It's about the mission. It's not about selling that next thing or sponsoring that next coach. It's about changing that person's life through the opportunity, through, you know what I mean? So it elevates your game, and I'm all about that. So you guys, I'm going to wrap this with a call to action with Mes de Mas, with LIIFT 4. You know, it's funny, we talked about the what's when it came to those two programs, but never forget the why. And the why is to help people lead healthy and fulfilling lives through these tools that we love. So educate yourself, pick your path, be intentional, set goals, evaluate where you are right now as we head into Summit, and what you want to do for the rest of the year. Who do you want to be for the rest of the year? Who do you want to lead for the rest of the year? And be intentional. Like I tell my personally sponsored team all the time, get your money. The money's there to be made. Don't be scared anymore, right? Don't be scared. This is a beautiful time in our business to make money and earning it, because we truly do earn it. So you guys, I love you. I will talk to you guys soon. If you're going to Summit, we'll have a con Monday, and I'll post the recording in all the team pages in just a little while. So love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye.